these are the games that I don't like to cast, Wolf.
I
like to cast all games, to be fair, but these ones the ones that I like a little bit less.
Yeah,
sometimes they're a bit too brutal.
There are some matches that, in Korea in particular, are brutal. If you look at Korean esports historically, especially team-based or squad-based games, you know, Heroes of the Storm, Overwatch, League of Legends, etc. There are, in round-robin systems, always matches like this because the best of the best in Korea are world-class, and the weakest in Korea are still good enough to make it into that round-robin stage, the relegations, but they struggle, and WGS is that squad right now as Decal will be starting Pharah. And interestingly enough, no Pharah for Ding here. He's going to be flexed back to the Diva as Decay looks to Widow.
Oh, but Decal going to find Coma off the bat, so good opening kill coming through for WGS. Decal going to take that tag coming in from Decay, and Ding's actually able to finish off the Pharah. So despite that nice early kill on Tacoma, it's still going to be KongDoo Panthera gaining control over the point, which does not bode well for WGS in this series.
Certainly not, but Decay is going to be able to now gatekeep Decal out. In theory here, as he does approach Youngjin as well, makes it tough to dive deep into this territory. He's using his shield, of course, for third-person view right now. Here he goes. As you can see, Decal's approach is not going to be an easy one. Yep.
Okay, just shifting around top of the lighthouse here. Just trying to keep having good angles in onto Decal. He's gonna go low. Rocket's coming out. Big bit of a whip there for the side of Ding, but still getting a lot of damage in. We'll just be able to spray him down with a left click. Now up onto the high ground goes the rest of KongDoo Panthera looking for some more kills. So far, not gonna be finding them. Decay has shifted position a little bit here.
Yeah, they're
down the street.
They're looking for, I think, Hyunwoo more than anything. They can't fight him there. There he is. But
goodbye, Hyun.
He's going to, of course, slowly fall to his death with no one to tether to. As now they're post 50%, the rally's going to be ready soon. That's going to be the most terrifying thing. Lastro has outmatched Luffy in terms of DPS to build the faster Transcendence, but they don't have really any hard engage, they don't have any hard initiation. If they try to use the barrage as that, Decay's in position to shut it down. So gonna take a miracle here, you would have to think, for WGS to efficiently retake this point.
Yeah, Seabag already down a half. No one can get to him, and Youngjin finds Arrow. That's actually really the initiation that they need, is Arrow to open something up here for them. They managed to take down Youngjin, but wouldn't be too shocked if Coma can get in a position to bring that res through.
Looks like he's trying for it. Yep.
He finds it. Even this close to the enemy dropship, he just pushed forward. Right now it's 90%. The rally's going to be coming down. Everybody joining in on the low ground before they go their separate ways, just making sure they get armored up.
Z-Bag's going to have to tag in.
He's dead. Decay finds it. 99%. And they're just not going to get it.
Not even close.
He dies right on the edge.
Yeah.
So that's 100-0 on Lighthouse here for KongDoo Panthera.
100-0, as you say, and you know, Arrow just completely shut down all game long, and the Pharah pick didn't really matter. And I like that KongDoo Panthera played. You know, we saw the coach interview earlier where they said we're going to take each opponent as if they are strong, basically not underestimate anyone. But playing the Brigida here actually basically just said we are the stronger team. We will get the first take, and then you'll never be able to dive us. You'll never be able to retake it. We're going to have Widow versus your Pharah. Yeah. We're not even going to have our own Pharah. The only way you can get into Z-Bag and FaZe are able to get onto the point. We have the Brigida for that. I mean, the fact that Youngjin was able to kill Arrow at all is pretty telling of where we are in this series in terms of mechanical skill. But as we start this one off, we will see Lucio's actually sticking around on Well, which has become more popular. It's a Korea exclusive for the most part.
He is starting to swing his way back into the meta quite a lot. We're seeing Lucio more and more often, as well as the Ana has also been getting picked up, but Lastro now in a bad spot. Direct hit comes in from Ding. Finishes him off, Decal falling as well. It seems like KongDoo Panthera is going to find another easy cap as a headshot comes through. Decay missing out on the Hyunwoo. Not the body shot, but otherwise not going to be able to finish him off, but that would have just been like an extra little prize. As WGS already has to wait for everybody else to rejoin.
As Arrow gets picked
again.
Decay is just ruling line of sight right now. No one has touched him. Look at the position just below of Roar. So if anyone dives onto the Widow can, of course, then grapple away. Just safely grappling away now to make sure the line of sight as Arrow respawns isn't there. Roar can counter dive anyone who tries to come in, that being, of course, FaZe or Z-Bag. Youngjin looking for a very aggressive position. Decal tries to punish.
Yeah, tries to, but not going to find much. Still going to be lagging a bit behind as far as the barrage is concerned. Shots coming down. Getting a bit of damage in. But
this is not a dive comp from KongDoo Panthera by any means, but they're making it look like it.
Well, another direct shot coming through. Ding going low, gets healed back up. Nearly has the barrage ready to roll. Finds a shot there onto Z-Bag. Primal Rage out from Roar. Just going to be jumping into the back, trying to lock down Lastro. But he's a Lucio. He's got the wall rides. It's going to be a bit harder than that to get a hold of. But Arrow taken out by Decay. Comes up with another kill. So Tracer will fall. WGS in onto the point, contesting it for the moment. He'll back out as Z-Bag pops his own Primal Rage. Shot there onto Ding. Stays alive. Just keeps on hovering. And we'll just keep on holding this barrage. Pushes very far forward aggressively here. Might be finding an angle. Would love to get that mech broken on FaZe before he drops the barrage.
Yeah, that's exactly what he wants, but FaZe is positioning himself pretty well, but this is a temporary thing. That Matrix is probably down now. He's looking for Decal. Does not actually commit the barrage, but he doesn't need to. KongDoo Panthera still has full control over the point.
Yep, just hold this one off for a bit longer. Comes in behind, Z-Bag goes down. Barrage is out from Decal, but only finds Youngjin. Sing still holding on to his, and KongDoo Panthera getting closer to capping this point. Finalizing Achilios as a win for them. Sound barrier is used on both sides. KongDoo Panthera stay alive. Decay goes low, but manages to get pocketed back up. Shots still coming through. Ding on his lonesome at the moment. Does not have the Mercy backing him up. Needs one more shot. Heal comes back through from Yano, keeping Decal alive. But this barrage just being held. He has not felt the pressure to use it. Drops it in now just to get rid of the enemy Winston. Smattering of damage thrown across the other members of WGS, and now they'll just go ahead, push forward. Decal and Arrow go down. No DPS available. WGS desperately trying to get back into delay, but there's no healers. This is just going to be FaZe, and that should just be Achilios in the bag.
Feels very indicative of where this series is when at the end of the map we see Decay pull out the infra sight, and there's no bodies to be seen. No one is alive. No one is showing signs of life in this first map. One of perhaps our fastest maps of control of the season. KongDoo Panthera just brings the Brigida in, plays around the fact that they know that they're going to be first capture. That's the idea anyways, and when you know you're this mechanically superior to your opponents, let's be real, you can just kind of play the Brigida so that Z-Bag and FaZe have a harder time coming into contest. They keep the Lucio, which plays well into Coma strengths. And let's see where we are headed now for WGS going into Hybrid, because Hollywood has been a favorite pick of theirs in the past for Arrow, and I think that you definitely want to avoid going to King's Row against this team in particular.
Yeah, anything that they can bring the Zarya out just seems like an absolute nightmare, which unfortunately is most maps. But King's Row especially, that's just another opportunity for the Pharah and the Widow to be played. Should they want to just stick with that, but I mean, we knew coming into this that WGS was going to have a lot of struggles trying to take anything away from KongDoo Panthera. Going, 100-0, having them beat you that way on 2 rounds of Achilios is just very indicative of where the skill ceiling is at compared to both of these teams. KongDoo Panthera way up here, WGS way down there. They're 0-9 now. It's looking like this might be close to another 0-20 season for these guys. And that's, a really rough place to be in. But that's why you hear the coach giving such an honest interview, because you can't be like, yeah, you know what, we're going to come out, we're going to do our best, and we're going to try to get the win. Like,
you have to have realistic expectations.
Exactly. Like, you can say, like, yeah, we're going to try our best to improve, but at this point, it's kind of like, yeah, we're going to try to get any wins that we can possibly get, and then just get mentally prepared to go back through trials yet again.
Yeah. Well, Numbani is their most picked map, of course, followed closely by Hollywood, so we'll see if they're...
Take that. It's WGS who needs to show us something new in order to warrant that reaction.
Certainly. Well, we will have Luffy on the Torbjorn here, defense, it looks like a point A. Choi Se-hwan is on the Junkrat, so that's a little bit odd. But, given that KongDoo Panthera has never really favored the Orisa Junkrat defenses in the past, that's why they keep Roar in here. The Torbjorn role is a support role at the moment, so Luffy has played it in the past, back on KongDoo Panthera, in the Apex days, but Decay stays with the Widow. Choi Se-hwan is here just for Junkrat duty, whereas Ding once again flexes over to the Diva. That's why it breaks kind of our UI rules in the top left as the 2-2-2.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Decal and Arrow with Hanzo Genji dive. We've seen them try this before this season already with no success. Let's find out if this time they can be winners here against the Torbjorn comp. They've already scouted it. Very difficult to utilize the comp they're using against it because of the setup that Panthera has here. Dive coming through, deflected already.
Yeah, just going to be pushed to the side. There is Z-Bag. Face is going to be taken out of that mech very swiftly. Luffy will lose the first turret, but he's already 50% of the way towards that molten core. And Proxywolf, 10% more, he's going to have a Riptire. Take down the turret yet again as Sting starts pushing forward, putting some threat down onto Arrow. Yano keeping him sustained for the moment. But first dive, not going to work out for WGS.
Koma's going to have Valk very soon from all that extra healing that he was able to put off. And when it's solo support like this and you win with everyone low on health because you don't have AoE healing, Koma just heals each and every person back up to full because we have 5 heroes at half health basically, and Koma's just flying around going, wow, look at my Valkyrie percentage. I'm at 95%. Choice-Wan's got the Riptire here, and the Molten Core, like you said, should be completed with one more hold. So this is really WGS's chance to break through, or they may have a horrible time make. They kill Luffy, that's a start.
Yeah, they do get rid of him. The Riptire now coming down, looks for the Genji, takes him out. The rest is going to be back in onto the Torbjorn. Z-Bag going to be eliminated and phases out of that mech yet again. Luffy just goes ahead, starts spamming away, trying to get that final 19% for the Molten Core. Okay, pushing very far forward, tries to get that snipe on the Yano, would be a very nice stagger, but can't find the shot. Will kite back, but KongDoo still holding firmly. 2:15 left on the clock. Not a single tick gain for WGS.
Yep, Luffy dangerously close to that, I almost said Primal Rage, to that Molten Core. The Dragon Strike is ready here for Arrow. And it's going to have to use it wisely, right? I mean, it can break through a Molten Core turret.
Okay, Dragon Strike coming through the wall, going to disrupt them on the high ground. Of course, they want to fall to about half HP, will get healed back up. WGS in on the point as Decal jumps forward. Still a ways to go before he can get that Dragon Blade ready. Gets the kill onto Roar, but the rest is there from Koma. Brings him back into the fight. Now the Transcendent's going to be used by Lastro as they push in onto the point. The first tick nearly there.
Molten Core's up.
Core pops that one through. Decay and Ding both go down. Potential opening here for WGS as they get that first 33% rolling through.
Z-Bag's taking so much damage from the Supercharger here, and Arisa
gets rid of the Cow, but that's going to be him going down, and the rest is available on the Genji. Supercharger going to be sniped down by Arrow as they start breaking through. Storm Arrows get rid of Luffy. We'll be spamming away, and it seems like KongDoo Panthera will be surrendering the remainder of this point. WGS finally break the defenses. A lot of time drained away. But we'll be bumping up to about 3:45 on the clock for the street space.
And not too bad here for WGS at all. And it's off the back of that Dragon Strike to engage. FaZe did not expect it to be, or not FaZe, rather, Ding, who's on the D.Va, did not expect it to be coming from that area, so did not actually eat it. And then after that, they lost control of the high ground. They had to back off to the turret, which was Molten Cored early. And the strength of the Torbjorn on this map is multiple lines of sight, multiple angles of defense. And when the Dragon Strike knocks you off the high ground, you don't have that anymore. They made an Admiral defense after that, but Arrow popped off. Decal still holds the blade. Looks like he may want to pull it here to try to kill the Mercy.
You gotta wait now. Riptire coming through, just gonna knock FaZe back and out of that mech. Face forward from Decay, trying to get the Winston. He gets all turned around, but has a Mega Pack at least to help him sustain. And they'll get the kill on his Z-Bag monster all the same, so. Yeah, WGS gonna be halted.
They have a great amount of ultimates. In fact, if it weren't for Z-Bag being only at 50%, they'd practically have the big 6 here ready to go. Unfortunately, though, this is not where they want to use ultimates. They want to use them to contest. It has not been smooth here. They've barely been able to control the card. Here's going to be the Dragon Strike to open, but they need to be efficient right now.
They're already so far shoved back. Dragon Blade's out from Decal, though. Finds 2 kills. Looking for another one. Has to sheath the blade. But gets the right click there on Luffy. Will take him down. Now just going to be spamming away, poking out the remaining tanks from KongDoo Panthera, who's still playing forward over onto the point. Roar, dropping low, will go down before you can get the Primal Rage, but don't think he would even commit it there in that situation anyway. They're just trying to draw out this clock as much as humanly possible.
As well as ultimates, and they are able to get 2 of those. Arrow will make the swap to the Brigida. Choi Sohan does the same to Genji. Decal sticking with the Genji himself. They only use the 2. So this is actually a pretty good situation for WGS because they have the counter to Choi Se-Wan's Genji swap as well. They've already predicted that. So Decay's trying to find an angle here in the back. Gonna catch Arrow. It's gonna be a nice start here.
Got a little dash through. Gonna have that reset. They keep pushing forward. Lastro, however, takes down Decay as he dashes forward. Will get cut down. Choi Se-Wan comes up with another kill. And Luffy will go ahead and use the Transcendence to keep everybody alive as they regain control over the card. Choi Se-Wan going really deep, looking for those right clicks in. Just a build up for this Dragon Blade. He's halfway there at the moment. Great deflection. Keeps him alive. And now can push forward yet again, just shoving WGS all the way back over towards the spawn. They're just straight up into the room, just about.
Yeah. Talk about domination here.
They got him the blade, so forced it all in the end.
He's got the blade. They do have the Transcendence ready, but that's really the only line of defense here. WGS again wants to use the Primal Rage, the self-destruct. These things are supposed to be for congestion, not for pushing a cart. Decal pulls the blade first. He needs to find big kills here. They actually already used the Transcendence. That's a huge pick right there.
Yeah, did take down Choice A1, so the Dragon Blade from him is not going to get anything. So really nice flip to the side there.
That's what they
the
needed.
enemy Genji. Should help them open things up quite a bit, but Decal will fall. Finds the hit. Decay knocked off the map there by Z-Bag. Couldn't blink his way back on. Didn't have the recall up, I suppose. So cart inches forward for the moment, but still 25 seconds remaining. They try to get things pushing. Luffy gonna get jumped on, drops down low, but he's got 2 tanks hounding him down. Still alive for the moment, but will get zapped to death in the end.
They need to get these chasing kills. They really, really do. They can snowball this if they do. They've got a great chance here right now. Choice One taken out. This could be their point B completed. If they can get on the point and kill these tanks now.
The tanks are here. The Primal Rage is nearly available from Roar. Should be able to build that up. Has it ready to roll, jumps forward, pops it. Now can just keep this one contested. Overtime, stick it away, no one's on it. They finally tag back in. It rolls forward, a meter left to go now as Thing gets knocked out of that mech. Decay looking for the shot, stunned up, but Roar is here to rescue him. Not gonna allow Decal to get the kill onto the Tracer. Takes him out, Thing gonna be eliminated, but KongDoo Panthera is still gonna have the man advantage. Self-destruct comes down, Dragon Blade from Choice A1 finds 2, both tanks gonna be eliminated now. Looking for that Zenyatta, takes out Lastro, and that should be it, just shy of point B. WGS, they were able to break the defense on A. They had a decent push. It seemed like maybe after it was the Genji v Genji trade coming in, Choice A1 getting taken down by the Dragon Blade from Decal. Thought maybe they would be able to get that push, buy some more time, get closer to C. But KongDoo Panthera, they hold firm.
They do. I think it's just another showcasing of WGS's failure to capitalize on advantages and some of the coordination issues that plagued the team. Huge wins like that, when you pull the blade out first, you always have the disadvantage against the enemy Genji, who sheaths his blade second. It's a famous stream where Huxel actually talked about this. You can look it up. I think it's translated on YouTube. But either way, the point is, when you pull the blade out first, he pulls the blade after you. You're like, I'm fighting a disadvantage. You kill him before you can take a single swing. Because the team is able to make that play. That's when you got to realize, okay, this is our fight. We've won this. They had the Transcendence to make sure everyone was healed up. But then they took too long to chase kills, like Luffy, for example, who lived forever. And by the time that they were really contesting B, Roar was there with the Primal Rage, like you mentioned, and everything kind of fell apart from there. So now they have a pretty tall order with this defense. They will be running their own Genji on defense with the Hanzo yet again, so it makes it more difficult for Roar and Ding to dive. I don't blame him for running this comp. It's the easy quote-unquote composition right now on Numbani, where you're just kind of playing around the strengths of Hanzo and your high ground advantage that you have by default. But when it's mirrored like this, you always have to worry, not completely mirrored of course, but talking about the Genjis here and the dive potential that Decay has, you always have to worry that the more mechanical team will just crush you on first blush. Despite those advantages, they're only small, not massive.
FaZe playing forward, just trying to get a spot on the comp. Should have seen pretty much everything as Choice A1 starts wrapping around from the left-hand side here on this attack.
Yep.
A lesser man would have fallen off the map.
They're here together, and that means that whoever they find is in trouble.
Yeah, this is just going to force them off the high ground immediately, but Arrow just come up with a very crucial kill there on Nakoma. Luffy trades back, gets rid of Decal, but now he goes down as Arrow finds another shot. Roar will also die, so KongDoo Panthera are going to be halted, it would seem, here on this first push, kiting back.
Arrow's had a great day on Numbani here on the Hanzo, and
yeah,
the coach mentioned earlier, he's obviously he's better in scrims than he appears in televised matches because of his nerves issues. Last season he was played only twice, I believe, and this season obviously he's been the starter, so he's still kind of getting out the jitters from the Season 1 rookie. Well, that happened.
That's going to be a very unfortunate.
I don't know if that was like Korean commentator scream-worthy, but you know.
Oh, Lastro getting jumped on the pockets here for the Mercy as they try to burn him down. Decay not going to be able to get the kill, and Lastro actually trades this one back. Choice-A1 eliminated, will be res back through from Coma, and they finally follow up to get the kill onto the Zenyatta. Jump back over onto the point means that KongDoo Panthera should just have this cap. A final dive will be coming through from WGS, however. Dragon Blade out from Choice-A1, looking to shut this down. One more swipe would have killed the auto, can't quite get him. An arrow comes up with yet another crucial kill. The cap nearly there onto the point. Dragon Strike going to be burned out. Rolling through onto the point, and WGS will hold this. Right as KongDoo Panthera get to 98.9%, but they're still going to be pushing back against WGS, having them suffer losses. Arrows out of the fight, Lastro's dead, which should almost certainly mean this cap coming through, but it seems like maybe they can hold on to this.
It's very close. Here's the blade.
Down. Decal looking to shut them out. The blade comes through, finds a swipe there onto Decay, eliminating the Tracer. Ding going to go down. Final hit. Not going to get the kill, but still just spamming away into the backside of Roar. Just trying to build up for another blade. Doesn't get very close. Obviously just 8% gained off that, but they managed to hold them off.
Yeah,
buying some very desperately needed time.
The important thing, too, for WGS that makes this more than just decent, but actually almost feels winning is they have no ultimates now to engage. Choice-A1's close to a blade, but he doesn't have it.
Almost dead yet again.
Yeah, and now WGS, massive control over this point. The KongDoo Panthera is not fearing for the timing now, they're fearing for the loss of the map.
Alright, well, it's going to be the Transcendence up from Fluffy to try to escort them in onto the point, but already it's going to be Ding knocked out of the mech. Dragon Blade comes in, but Lastro responds with his own Transcendence, staying alive. Choice-A1 is just going to get nothing, an absolute Airblade from him. Fluffy dead now, his face follows up for the kill. Dive in from Z-Bag, looking for some shots. Find a kill, but Ding's going to be eliminated. The trade here for Lastro. Fluffy just now respawning, Coma eliminated as well, so KongDoo Panthera operating on this attack with 55 seconds remaining with absolutely no healers and now no Genji.
And the DPS of the WGS are killing it right now. Arrow and Decal shutting down Choice-A1. He was subbed in here to play a meta that KongDoo Panthera is not familiar with, the dive meta, the defensive Genji Tracer. They're coming up empty on these blades. Decal's out-dueling Choice-A1. Decay's low impact here against the Hanzo. Obviously now Arrow switch to the Tracer to get back on the point to tag.
Dragon Blade here from Decal, diving in pretty deep. Finds too much to swipe yet, gets some hits in. On to Ding, not able to take him out of the mech, but Choice-A1's going to go down. Deflection comes through, now they're going to get the stagger here on to Luffy. Can they actually pull off this full hold here on Numbani to get their first map win to shut down KongDoo Panthera's momentum already?
It's not over yet, but it's looking dire for KongDoo Panthera.
Yeah, 5 seconds remaining. They're on the point, keeping this contested and ensuring that overtime tick up. Roar building up, looking for the Primal Rage. Self-destruct going up into the air here from the side, up phase. Looking for the pick. Ding out of the mech. Ding taken out. Choice-A1 with a Dragon Blade. Needs this one to be huge. Dashes forward, finds the kill onto Arrow. Needs so much more than that if they want to open up this point. Jump back in from Z-Bag. Sneaks him low and he'll climb up over onto the high ground.
The Moira switch here is so smart, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Primal Rage out. Yano going down, but Coma going to be eliminated as well. Luffy with the swap over onto the Moira, trying to stay alive. Gets jumped on, gets zapped to death, gets taken out, and WGS will not adhere. They keep trying to keep everybody alive, and in the fight, Lastro comes back through. A perfectly timed Transcendence to keep Z-Bag in this fight. KongDoo Panthera giving it everything they got, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Choice-A1 manages to find the kill here on the Lastro. Decay tosses out that pulse bomb, but he's not going to find anything, and he will go down base. Just going to be knocked out of the back. Then another Dragon Blade comes through from Decal. Gets Ding, looking for more targets. Tries to find the enemy Genji. Gets rid of Choice-A1, and it might just do it. It's going to plummet, and WGS will finally put a win on the board. Will not be going down to the O10. They will pick up a win here on Numbani.
The biggest loser of this map as well is Choice-A1. He was subbed in to play the Junkrat, which failed to get them a good time bank buy with the Torbjorn pick, and the Genji, which was very much outclassed by the Genji that we saw from Decal. In the 1v1s, he was outclassed every Dragon Blade they dueled. He was building them slower than Decal, and the team is just not as comfortable with that style of play. The Genji Tracer is never something that KongDoo Panthera was known for outside of their Season 3 Grand Finals, you know, against Lunatic High and Season 3 of Apex. Completely different roster. You look at this roster today, it's a different team in a different time. And although players like Birdring have gone on to continue to do great things in terms of dive play, when you look at this squad right here, they experimented, you know? I no longer believe the coach when he says, we're going to take this like any other match. We're going to look for a perfect win here, but we're not underestimating them. they did underestimate them on the Numbani pick. They did put Choi Se-hwan, who's clearly not that well practiced on the Genji yet. In fact, remember, exclusively a diva last season.
Yep.
And this experiment was a major failure, and I do feel we will see this player substituted back out as we head into map 3.
Yeah, it seems very highly likely. Choi Se-hwan just not really able to deliver. Have to go back to the standard with Youngjin, I think. Just way more practice for KongDoo Panthera. And this is what I was talking about. I can't get excited for WGS unless they prove it, and now they have proved it. So now with Choi Se-hwan in the mix, I can finally be like, well, you know what? I doubt KongDoo Panthera now. I doubt them trying to execute on this dive. WGS able to put a win on the board against the run of play, against all expectations, managed to come away with it. A truly exciting moment for those guys. That's why you see them celebrating. Sure, it's one map win, but it's their first one of the season. Last season, it took them until their very last series versus MVP to pick up 2 map wins. They finally put one on the board. They're not going to be staring a 0-20 in the face like they were previously. So a momentous occasion for them, but KongDoo Panthera, we'll see what changes they make as we get ready to go into Assault. Don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back in just a few.